Hello, everybody. It's Linda, and I'm back to share another project with you. A few weeks ago, me and Annie, hi Annie, Miss Garden Grove 1 here on YouTube, arranged to do a one-on-one swap. We decided to swap a box and a mini album, and that's what I'd like to share with you today. So, this means that Annie has got her album already because we decided not to show the album on YouTube until we have received the swaps. So, here is the box I created. Um, the theme for my creation was a fan, and I wanted to create a box that was slightly higher on the back, as you can see here, than up front, to just make the fan album stand up inside the box, or like I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see when I open the box. So this meant that I had to make this entire box from scratch. And so first I decided which size I wanted my album to be. And then I created a box that was like customized uh, to have room for the album. So as you can see, I've decorated the box with papers that I've folded, and I've used some flat back pearl trim here. The pearl trim is from Lizyjose's Etsy, and she's now on Artfire. I'll put her link below. And I used flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts. And this trim here is from Art Angel's Design on Etsy. And here's a feathered, like boa kind of trim that I also got off Etsy. It's really wonderful. I love that trim. And I made a lace flower here, and this huge rose here is from I Am Roses. And I tied a bow, and I put a metal binding and a cameo with some of Lizyjose's trim. And just a second. Yeah, so I also used some trim from Lizyjose around or up front here on the box. And as you can see, there is also lace under the box, and there's paper under the lace, and some more lace trim. It's called eyelash lace trim, and I got it from a seller on Etsy. And I also have some braided trim with some pearls down here and some trim at the bottom. Here is black rose trim, Venice lace, and I've got this trim here. It's pleated all the way around the edge here, and these are I Am Roses cherry blossoms. And these little fabric bows here are also from Wild Orchid Crafts. I covered the paper here with some lace, and it follows the folds in the pan that I made. So that's my box, and I've made a closure for the box here. So you just turn it, not that way, this way, and then you can open the box. So this is what the box looks like. I made a hinge here on the back, and here is the album. So I don't know if you can see this, but the front of my album is a bit lower here, and then it fans up like so. And again, I used some S10 flowers from I Am Roses, some bows from Wild Orchid Crafts, some roses from I Am Roses, and some lace here, black lace, and some white trim here. And I created a flower here in the center, and I used one of the buckle sliders and a pearl that I got from Leonie, my passion for paper here on YouTube. Thank you so much, Leonie. I really love those buckles, and I know she got them from Wild Orchid Crafts. And some more of the feathered boa trim, and some more of that pleated trim. And here in the folds, the paper folds, I put some bling trim from Lizyjose's Art Fire store. And you can see the lace trim around the edge here. And so I'll just take my album out of the box, and or Annie's album out of the box, and show you. Okay, so here you can see the album, and it's attached up front here with some elastic velvet ribbon, and it opens like so. And the first page here, I folded some paper and I backed it with some lace trim. There is some lace trim here, and a beautiful cameo that I got off Etsy, and Lizyjose's bling trim around the edge. Here is some Chinese braided trim, and all the background papers in this album I stamped myself. So, and for the tags, I used papers from My Mind's Eye, the Metal Arc collection. And these flowers here, the back is a mulberry flower that I UT'd, stamped first and then UT'd, so it looks a bit like glass. And just a white mulberry flower that I painted black, another mulberry flower that I stamped. And the mulberry flowers that I used are either from I Am Roses or from Wild Orchid Crafts. And these tiny black roses are from Wild Orchid Crafts. I also used a die for my tag. You can see it better over here. It's a Spellbinder's die. And on the back, it's plain. And I got some mulberry flowers stamped and with a bling in the center, and some leaves from I Am Roses. So I've got one and a larger one, two, and then the last tag here. So 3 tags, and I'll just remove them so you can see the paper. It's like so. And again, I layered some S10s and some mulberry flowers for these, and these also hold my tags in place here. And you can see some of the lace from the front page. So that's that page. And then over to the next page, I'll show it like this. I created this boot. I just drew it and cut it out of black cardstock, and I decorated it with some pattern paper here, here, and here, and then a lot of trims, flatback black pearl trim, and this trim here. I think this is from Art Angel's design, and this is from Lizyjose, and also the bling trim is from Lizyjose, and this is from her shop as well. This gorgeous sheer lace is from an Etsy seller. I made it so that it's a pocket, and again, my stamped background paper, and this is from the Metal Arc, and the tag here is Spellbinder's die. I love that die. And some tags behind here from the collection, the Metal Arc collection. So that's that page. And yeah, let's turn the page. And then I made this corset here. It's made the same way as I made the shoe. I just drew a corset and I cut it out from black cardstock, and I decorated it with papers and some ribbon bows and the gorgeous trims and some pearl drop trim as well. That one's also from lizyjose, and this gorgeous eyelash lace, sorry. And you can see the lace behind here, and these are my stamped papers, and this is cut off from a lizyjose trim, the same trim as you can see on the side of the box here, and just used for a tag pull. And these tags are again from the paper collection. So I also made this larger tag. Oops. Here, and this pulls out, and you can see there's a beautiful cameo and some bling trim, a bow, and this is some lace trim and some roses from I Am Roses, and some lace trim at the bottom. I used I think it's a Tim Holtz weather clock embossing folder, and just plain black cardstock, and I made a flower on the back of this tag, and again some lace at the bottom, so she has room for pictures. And that's that tag.